Well, the Basin would only need to score 1 goal 2, so it's going to be an incredibly good quarter from the Sharks. But they'll go at it in the middle of Domini Reserve. Again, Adams is at ground level, working it nicely. He just needs that help. And it does spread with Bell handing it over to a runner, or someone pedalling backwards at least. And finally the kick goes to centre forward. It's over the top of Rule's head, ground level. Basin have got some numbers, but they spoon a hand pass, ill-directed until, again, comes Adams, claims the ball, kicks it towards Finlay, who runs into a brick wall, and he fends off, and he hand passes forward. It's claimed by Rowland, who's claimed in a tackle. He gets out of the tackle, and the umpire sees play go on. Rowland just puts a ball into the middle of the ground. Now the runners are off, as Hickey is one of them for Park Orchards, puts it in. A bit of an ear clip, nicely marked though, by Minogue. Quick to play on. That's a great mark. Hanley, 2 grabs at it, had his waist grabbed as he was coming down, but he still took it on the second grab. And what a great contested mark he is. Hanley.
He's certainly been very, very good, but you could see the way they were thinking about their setup as they were going in. Minogue got it, knew he was going to put it into a one-on-one. They played in front the whole day, whereas Basin up the other end had 4 chances to put it inside 50 and miskicked every single one of them. So there's the difference. The turnovers have been crucial for Basin today.
Hanley, 3 goals to this end. He loves this end. He's got a bit of a step, a bit of a stutter, and he puts it, just misses to the left. It was the wobbliest of punts. It came off the toe of the boot, and it just got the distance, and it missed by only a millimetre. So he didn't hook it that time.
I reckon he's kicked, 3 goals so far?
Yeah, about 3.
3-5.
And a couple on the fulls maybe.
Yep.
So yeah, he could have had 6, 7 or 8 goals already. But it is 13-10-88, Sharks leading the Basin 6-7-43.
So the Basin bring it back, they kick it straight down the middle of the field, but it's worked out for them this time as the ball goes forward. A good one-on-one in the contest, and that's going to be, I think, a free kick to the Basin. It is going to the big man, Batty. No, in fact, it's a free kick to Park Orchard, sorry. And here they come. Here's the skipper bringing it away. He's had a good game. It's Bayless sending it long. Can he find a target? There's plenty of Basin defenders back there, and they knock it down too as the ball bouncing away. But it's going to fall for a good bit of work there by Hickey. And in the end, it's out of bounds, so we'll have a throw in the pocket. But the Basin with an opportunity, but they turn it over, and very quickly Park Orchard's transition back onto attack.
Just like Hickey, the ball bounced a bit funny on him, so he kicked it with his foot instead of picking it up. I reckon that was smart.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't see too many players kick it with their head these days, Gav, but anyway.
Well, you know what I mean. Keeping it in front of yourself, like a bit of a handle.
just winding up as the ball is kicked in, but it's intercepted nicely there by Thompson. He's played well,
I
Michael
am easily
Thompson.
wound up.
Bell gets it down the line. Once again, Basin, you can see what they're doing here. They're trying to build something up, but they're just far too slow with the transition, and you can almost see the Park Orchard defence just sitting back there, waiting to intercept. Bell's got it, right out on the far side, looking around, but just looking for that option, that next kick. Sends it down the line again. Plenty of Park Orchard's defence. Oh, that's a great mark. Brilliant mark taken in the front.
It's just poor work
poor
work from Finlay. He had to punch
Philp,
the ball.
Yeah. Philp's been great today. He's been one of their best for Park Orchards.
Bit of a swing man.
He is indeed, as he finds a target. The ball is knocked inside. It's taken by Fair. Fair gets the ball forward into the woods. The inside 50. It's bounced, but it's going to work out. It's going to fall. The kick is just off target, just hanging out to the right. But once again, that very quick transition from Park Orchards turning defence into attack, and they probably should have converted on that occasion.
It's because they're willing to go through the middle. If you look at the Basin, when they get it, they go back, they go down the line, they go back, they go down the line. They haven't gone through the middle. They haven't taken a risk. High risk, high reward, but they're not doing it.
Well, when Bayless has got it, you know he's going to go long. Hickey didn't capitalise that time, but the kick out was too well read, and it's a mark taken by Park Orchard, still in their forward area. I think that's Nicholson putting it up for Hanley, who just got caught behind as Cripps got in the hole, and he punched it out just as he got in front of the leading option. So it's a boundary throw in, forward pocket for Park Orchards.
In that situation, when they go forward like that, what they should do is then kick it long, because the bloke in the hole hasn't got time to go backwards when that occurs.
Boundary throw in 30 metres around from Park Orchard's goal. Minogue taps it effectively to himself, takes on the tackler, and he's been stopped in his tracks. We'll just get this ball up before we go boundary side. Minogue again wins the tap, tries to use his rovers, but again it's been swamped by players. So Ray Baird, boundary side, what have you got for us?
The yellow card, boys.
Yeah, so coming back, folks, after he spent his time off the ground, Minogue again wins the tap. This time he taps it forward into the pocket, where it's a contest for the ball. It's under hands and feet, where finally Basin pick it up, just clearing kick, but only temporarily. It's been marked by Haythorn, who read it nicely, came over the top of the contest to take the mark. He's got a short on, got the coach, playing coach, just underneath it. Bayless gets taken down in a spoil. So at ground level, can the Basin clear the area? Now a hand pass gets them going through Symes. Symes shares it through to Kruger. Now they're off and running. Rule's got it. He's got a man running into the open goal, and he's going to get it, Thompson. And he didn't decide to use his jets because he probably doesn't have any after he ran 50 to get on the end of it. And Thompson will go from 20 metres out and kick what we should put down in the book as a goal.
Well, there they went. They took a risk, didn't they? They went through the middle, they used it properly, got their hands, got it to a runner, and they've kicked a goal.
So Thompson got out the back. The first time we've seen the Basin get out of the back of that zone, and it's 7-7-49 the Basin, 40 points behind the Sharks, who are 13-11-89, 6 minutes gone.
And that's, while it's nothing against him, but when you're the captain coach, your players will kick it to you. Now, Bayless ran into the wrong position then to actually get the ball. The kick wasn't great. There was a turnover and the ball's transitioned back. Sometimes you force yourself to kick it to the coach because he's the coach, and really he was in a poor position to be kicking for the ball to go to him in that forward line then.
You wonder why it's taken the Basin so long to play like that. Great transition, an easy goal, and if they played like that a little bit earlier, they may have been in this game, but at the moment, they've got a bit of work to do in this final quarter. Up goes the ball, folks, back on the field, but he gets beaten out on this occasion, and it's going to be taken to ground, and we'll have a ball up almost in exactly the same position. Michael Folks back on the ground after his time in the naughty corner. As up it goes again, and the ball knocked away. It's going to fall for Park Orchard. It's going into the contest. Good strong work there by Matthew Nicholson, and he's taken the ground, and we'll have a ball up almost in exactly that same spot again.
Is the naughty corner somewhere deep in the trees? You get lost in the naughty corner around here, I reckon.
You may need a map to find your way back. Up it goes again. This time the tap, it's falling for, it was there for the Basin, but it's Park Orchard, so you just go in a little bit tougher on the ground, and they win the ball, but it's inconclusive, and they can't get a clear ball out on that occasion. So umpire to throw it up. Adams in there as he tries to, in fact he didn't even challenge Adams as the ball comes back. Now here's an opportunity for Park Orchards to get it out into the open, and they do on this occasion, but can they hit a target? The kick is that's a great mark. That is a fantastic mark. And it's taken by Nathan Wiggins, who just got the front spot there. In fact, it's Hanley, sorry.
Not just a great mark. That was a great bit of football. That was as good as what you'll see in First Division. There was the ball got knocked out. There was a handball forward. There's 3 handballs that went out then wide to Folks, and Folks has hit him with a 45-metre kicker. That was actually brilliant football from Park Orchards then.
And Luke Watson just nowhere, just got caught at the back. He couldn't get that front spot, so he really had no chance, but a great mark nonetheless. Here's Hanley looking for number 4. Missed with his last kick. Let's see if he can get number 4. He comes in, he hits it. It's over. Yep, straight through the middle. That's number 4 for Hanley. He's had a terrific game, Nicholas Hanley. Kicked 4 last week, or 5 last week, and he's on the verge of doing it again today with his 4th. And Park Orchards extend their lead as they close in on the century. It's 14-11-95, leading the Basin 7-7-49 on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. We've played about 8.5 minutes in this final quarter.
And that's what I like about the way Park Orchards are setting up, is that they actually do bring the ball into their forward line really nicely. They've got a great plan and a great setup. We were talking before, there's not a lot that they need to really become a really strong football club, but I really like their system and their structures at the moment. Very, very good.
So can Folks redeem himself in the ruck? He goes at it, gets a long run at it, does win the tap forward. Price Inglis gets a hand pass over the top, but there's a lot of numbers around the ball, so he goes in again to be part of the scrimmage, and it'll be a ball up 10 metres in advance of the circle for Park Orchards. As they're doing well so far to keep the Basin under 50, which is their aim for the match. They're 49, the Basin, trailing the Sharks, who are on 95. Can they get to 100? Hanley runs under it. He was under more perceived pressure than in reality, so his hand pass went to ground, and the turnover ensues. Basin go from back pocket to forward half, and it's Roland who's got good judgment and good hands and good courage. Never doubted whether a player was coming. But his kick, the switch was a bit dangerous, a bit high. Thompson comes in late, gets the spoil. Ground level though, the numbers with Whitnish to butter up. Gets the kick to Debney, who's under a bit of pressure. It bounced to him. Rowland's got composure, hands it back to Whitnish. Whitnish, a bit of a dancer, and he runs himself off the dance floor and into open play. The spilled mark falls to Park Orchards as Nicholson hands it off to a runner, and now they're off to the races. It goes through the hands of Philp. Ground level, it's Hickey. He kicks it off the ground, not handled by Handley, and the defence might mop up through Jones, but he's been tackled. Will he be pinged? Because he had a long time with it, but the umpire said he had no prior, give it to me, 20 metres out.
That's the only thing that young Rowland's got to work on is his disposal, because I'll tell you what, he's got a great judgment, a beautiful set of hands for a young kid, and they're playing in that back half area.
So it was Philp who went into the ruck that time. He got the hit out, but it only as far as the Basin defenders. And the kick comes out and it's gone out of bounds, so we'll have another ball in.
And Philp is a really good mark when he extends his arms. But when that ball's coming into him, he keeps collapsing his arms when the ball goes in, especially on the hard lead. If he can keep his arms out, he's going to be a very hard man to stop because he's got good hands.
Certainly has played well today as the ball comes in. The tap comes from Folkes, who's back on the ground, as we said before. Basin trying to transition it out of defence, and they get it out to Thompson, who's had a fair game as well. The kick on the left foot out of defence, and the Basin with an opportunity. It's gone right over the top. Now, they could be out here, the Basin, but they might be holding the ball or incorrect disposal. Take your pick. And it'll be a free kick to Park Orchards. Right about centre wing.
He might go long.
If I was a betting man, Dave, I'd say you'd be pretty much right, as they have all day. The kick-off, beautiful mark by Folkes, taken in the centre of the ground, looking to make up for his indiscretion. Only a long kick forward, but it's easily cut off. Got a bit of work at the back there by Watson, Luke Watson, the experienced Luke Watson, as he gets the kick forward, but it's cut off against Scotty Rowland, who's been up the ground quite a bit in this half, or particularly this quarter, and he gets his kick in field, but it's not such a good one, although in fact it worked out okay. The snap, and it's off target, I think.
Hit the post.
Hit the post.
Again, Rowland with his disposal, it's just, if he can get it right, he could be a really good attacking half-back flank who, with his marking prowess and his run, he's just got to get that disposal tidied up.
So the Basin, they're really stagnant. They don't have any movement whatsoever, so they kick to where the pack is still standing, and luckily enough there's enough numbers with Chirkop at the ground level. He puts a handball in. Cripps can't get out of play. Chirkop just gets taken down in a tackle, and now can they load up Park Orchards? Nearly getting tripped as he was about to kick, so it's still in the forward line, and Park Orchards couldn't make anything of the pressure that they applied, but it was great effort because the Basin have stopped moving.
They have. They've run out of answers, and look, they showed that when they went through the middle with run and carry, they were okay, but they've just not been confident enough to do it often enough.
The smaller player comes over the top. Prosenak. It was like they didn't nominate a ruckman, and he was left there to go over the top of Batty, and he made a good contest because it's a ball up from now a secondary effort. Batty sort of rips his opponent out of the way. Prosenak nearly got on the end of a hand pass as they dashed towards goal, but the chopped off handball, and there's been a free kick found. Thankfully, in terms of the Basin, they get an over the shoulder, and they'll be so relieved, but they're not quick to get up, they're not quick to spread, and nothing is happening so far.
Trying to slow it down, the Basin, as Luke Watson sends the left footer, and he's overcooked that one, and it's probably going to come straight back. Winning the ball on the ground, terrific work as the ball comes out. It falls for Prosniak, who gets it forward, and that's a great mark. Great kick, and a good mark taken, and the Basin once again have turned the ball over, and it's come straight back inside 50, and Park Orchards with an opportunity. It's Philp, who's had a terrific game today. He'd be in the best 4 or 5 players, I think, for Park Orchards for mine.
Forward and back.
Forward and back. He's had a terrific game, so he will go back and look to kick his 4th goal of the day. He'll be kicking from probably about 45 by the time he kicks us. He's near enough to being in front. Hits it okay. And has he got it? Yes, he has. Straight through the middle, so Michael Philp gets number 4. And the 100 is raised. The bat goes raised for the Sharks. It is 15-12, 102. And the Basin 7-7-49 on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
I tell you what, if I was a coach, if I was a 3rd division coach, I'd be watching today's game. I'd get a video of this and see the way that a team is able to bring the ball into the forward line. They're one of the most impressive teams I've seen where they're kicking into the forward 50. The amount of targets they have hit from 45 out has been amazing, and a really good system.
Let's
Really
get
good
some
system.
choose tap stats with Grant Campbell as the whistle blows. Grant?
Marks inside 50 to the match, 17-4 in favour of Park Orchards, and Brad Henderson's related to Philp, so do you think he's got the nickname the accurate one? Because his goal kicking today certainly has been accurate.
Well, we'll highlight that as the kick goes from Folks in deep into Park Orchard's forward line, but it's been punched out, and at ground level it's Rule who will kick it at half back, kicks it down the line. Oh, good courage, Keane. He was running into the pack as he marked it. His kick was a wobbler, not one you'd write home about, and the defence will mop up, or will they? Gillings got tackled as he tried to hand pass to a runner, and the ball just drops to where the pack can jump on it at half forward for the Basin. He's
another one, Geelings or Guilings. He gets the ball well, but his just choices and use of the football needs to improve, but there's a lot to like about what he does because he actually goes to where the footy goes.
Folks comes over the top, gets the hit out, but it's not a clean one, and the umpire says we'll have it up again. Been terrific in the rucks, Folks, today. Just a one goal to his name, but he's been very busy, as I say, in the ruck as the tackle is made. Basin win the ball, but an instantaneous tackle. Good work there by Fair. So winding down to the back end of this game, we've got probably about maybe 8-9 minutes left in this final quarter as the umpire throws it up once again. Up they go, there's a tap and it's Folks again, and he gets a knockdown. Beautiful work by Prosniak, roving off the pack as he gets the kick forward. It's knocked away and it'll be bouncing around. It's a Basin player going for the ball, but it's Wiggins who gets his hands on it, and he's taken out of bounds. Good tackle by Adams, who's been one of the Basin's best as well today. So another throw in. Plenty of players just walking now. I think the sting's certainly gone out of the game as we get down to the back end as the boundary throw comes in. Basin do win the tap on this occasion, but it's the Park Orchard side that take it up, but then they turn it over, and it's that man Adams again, calls for holding the ball, and I think the umpire's paid it, has he? Yep. Yes, he has. So a free kick to Park Orchards as we go boundary side with Ray Baird.
Just taking himself off the ground, boys. I think he knows the job's done, so he'll just sit back on the boundary and watch the last 10 minutes or so.
So it's Cullinan taking the relieving mark, but he goes across field. It's a high ball. Will it be spoiled? Cripps gets taken down in the contest, but he's got some help. Chirkop gets a hand pass to Watson. Watson puts a high up and under. Price Inglis can't come in for the spoil, and it's been marked by Ballard halfback. Quick to play on, trying to get something started. Bouncing ball in the middle of the ground. Symes runs under it. Hand pass gets out to Kruger. Kruger, dinky kick, gets the centre forward. He's got a marker, and Symes was running by with his teammate there in Pittman, who didn't know much about the hand pass to him. It was a Brown, so now it's been turned over by the Basin again at centre forward. Just when they're trying to get creative, the clearing kick gets into Cripps's hands. In Cameron Cripps goes deep into the pocket. Will it go over Roland? Roland's got great agility, great aerialist, and this time he goes to spoil as he judged the ball in the flight and knocks it over the boundary line.
Well, that just proved the Basin's use of the football. Then they had probably 7 disposals inside the 50 and went nowhere. So,
well, even when they got a hand pass to someone, he wasn't even ready for it.
No.
So it's a ball in at 45 metres out from the Basin's goal. It'll be another ball up from that. Just from these ruck contests, the ball doesn't clear the area, and there's plenty of numbers to jump on it. Lights are on here at Domini Reserve. They'll see Folks go high, gets it to ground level where the Basin just win the first ball. High up and under hand pass going nowhere. Park Orchards jump on the ball. The umpire will be happy enough to ball it up again. So it's been pretty dark all second half, but it's almost like it got a little bit lighter in this quarter, so it hasn't been too bad. And thankfully for my washing on the line, it hasn't rained all afternoon.
Let's go boundary side with Ray Beard.
It might be brighter for you, Gab, but I tell you what, the temperature dropped 5 degrees in three-quarter time. It's getting damn cold out here.
Oh, harden up, Ray. As the ball gets kicked up towards the halfback area, but it's cut off nicely, and the Basin will have an opportunity to bring it back. But what is that? That's a terrible hand pass, and Hutchins and Drake's got to run back about 100 metres to get it. Sends it down the line towards centre wing, but it's cut off nicely there by Wiggins, and Wiggins will find the man unmarked and standing all alone. It is Hickey, Connor Hickey, who's kicked 1 goal today. That was just a bit too easy, really. It was a shocking kick down the line, easily intercepted. And then the kick forward, finding an unmarked man standing all on his own and inside 50.
And that again comes down to the disposal, you know, poor disposal, and then another inside 50 mark.
Here's Hickey, kicking from just outside 50 by the time he makes contact. Looks pretty good. It might just struggle to make the distance. And in fact, it's been touched. The umpire rules touched. And it's through for a minus score. So 15-13, 103. Plays 7-7-49 in the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. We've played just over 20 minutes in this final quarter.
And Bayliss, the coach of Park Orchard, asks for his team not to concede 50 points for the match. They've only conceded a goal in this last term, and they're going to do the job by the look of them. Wiggins picks the ball up from the kick out, and he spears a pass in, and he finds his teammate all alone at centre forward, Minogue, who's got the man on the mark on the 45. Has Minogue got the distance? He's not a noted goal kicker, so he'll get it short in terms of distance, that is. The pass doesn't hit Philp, gets over his head, but they keep it in hand, do Park Orchard, get it long to the goal square. They're juggling, bobbling around. Nearly an opportunity fell to Thayer, and his kick was smothered, and it's a turnover ball for Bell. Bell hands it to a teammate. They're trying to share it around and get themselves out of trouble. Adams is finding himself in trouble at half-back. Here's Prosnack. Just dropped it as he had it, running in towards goal, and close to the boundary line he was. So when he spilt it, it's gone over the line and out of bounds. 45 metres around from Park Orchard's goal. They lead by 54 points. Been quite comprehensive.
As the throw comes in, and it's tapped down there by Batty, but inconclusive, and the umpire says we're going to have a ball up.
For a team that wins the tap-outs as often as what they do and has control over them and hits them to advantage, they've just not used it well enough, the Basin.
Now they've got an opportunity maybe to go through the middle of the ground, but the turnaround and the kick is a bit of a scungy one downfield, but it's still there for the Basin. They've got an opportunity again through Cameron Cripps. Hasn't been their worst today, although he doesn't do terribly well on this occasion. He's got the fumbles as he goes towards the boundary line, gets a ball in field to Seagraf, and the ball goes to ground and dived on by Park Orchards, and the umpire says we'll have a ball up. So once again, it's been the story of the game, the Basin looking to transition that ball forward, to move it forward, but it always just breaks down. They just don't quite have that finesse to finish things off. Umpire throws it up. The big man, Batty's battled hard all day, goes into the ruck and knocks it down, and it comes out for the Basin as well. Symes gets it on the overlap to Carlos. Carlos gets it down. This is better from the Basin. They've got a real opportunity through Keane. Prolific goal kicker of so far this year, Keane, but he hasn't got on the scoreboard today as he gets the kick away off the right boot, trying to find a target inside 50, into the goal square. That's a terrific grab. Coming over the top is Finley, big Aaron Finley, who's had a good day in the ruck kit today. And he will kick from virtually point-blank range right out in front. You'd expect him to kick this.
As I said, you know, you look at their two ruckmen, and their ruckmen have played really well, and they palm the ball extremely well. They put it in the right spots. They just haven't been able to take advantage of it.
Finley's kick. You expect him to kick this, and he does. Puts it through, so the Basin get goal number 8. And on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard, it's the Sharks are well in control. 15-13, 103, playing 8-7-55.
Well, it's I suppose, I'm not sure. Will Jared Bayliss be upset because they've conceded more than 50 points?
I think he'll let him off.
Or will he be happy with the fact that they've finished off the game, you know, with looks like a 50-point win? So, you know, it's been a comprehensive performance of two differing styles, and you'd say that, you know, that they've probably been probably a little bit more. The scoreboard could have really hurt them even a bit more, I reckon, if Park Orchards had kicked straight.
The worry in this game, Davo, is, yeah, you can win the tap, but they don't clear the stoppage area, and there's no spread from the stoppage either.
No.
As here's an example, as Park Orchards get it out of the stoppage. Hickey, he could have played on, but then he saw a man in front of him, so he took the mark and said, I'll stop here. Now he's got a short, man all on his own, 40 metres out. Very acute angle, though, but it'll be another shot at the goals for De Jager.
And that's been the thing that I've really been impressed with Park Orchards. They rarely go to the flanks when they kick the ball. They've had a lot of their scoring shots have been inside the 45. So I really like the way that they, you know, they put it into the right areas more often than not. This is the first time they've had a shot like this for a while.
And DeJager right behind it, left goal post, just drifting to the left of that, and it missed for a minor score, 15-14, 104, as the Basin are stranded on 8-7-55, a 49-point margin, 24.5 minutes gone in this final term. And just as the example we talked about, tap one by the Basin in the middle, but they didn't get the kick out of the centre.
No, and they spread really well then, Park Orchards.
So Basin kick it out very much in junk time now, as Ray Baird would say, as the ball is intercepted nicely though, and here's an opportunity for them to come back. It's Campbell Crom who gets it away, and the ball kicked forward towards the, well cut off. Good bit of work there by the Basin. They're still trying hard right towards the end of this game. And the tackle is made just outside the forward 50 for the Park Orchard side. And it'll be a ball up with Aaron Seagrave taking control of that one. Now the ball comes out, it's tapped away by the big man. It's Finley getting the tap, the ball comes out, it's the skipper who gets it clear. Scrambled up the line, but it's intercepted again. Well, good work, in fact, in the end by Thompson. He's been pretty fair too, but it's been intercepted and it's taken by DeJager, who tries to find a man, but there's plenty of Basin players back there. And in fact, it's been cut off nicely. And the Basin with an opportunity to launch another attack. They switch the play right out to the far side of the field. An uncontested mark taken there by Kruger, Maxi Kruger. Looking around for someone to kick to. Hesitates, but he goes up the line with a left foot kick. It should be marked, and it is taken there. Nice work by Thompson again, Michael Thompson. Stops, looks around, goes short, and that's it's been cut off again. Just an example of really what's been happening all day, and they switch the play really quickly, and here's an opportunity again for Park Orchards on the overlap. Good ball out to the skipper, Bayliss. Bayliss wheels around, gets it onto the right foot, he kicks, but that's going to no one, and it'll be cut off very comfortably back there by the defenders for the Basin, and they can launch another attack as they get the ball right out to that far side. They've been looking to switch it a bit in this quarter.
I wonder if they'll drag the coach for that.
Strong mark taken over there, but he's taken a whack. So slow to get up. We must be getting very close to the end. We've played 26.5 minutes in this quarter. And now it's rolling possession of the ball. Roll goes forward, kicks left-footed down the line. Going in there and almost marking the ball is Batty, but he can't quite take it, and Park Orchards will turn it over again as they work it away. That's a good kick downfield by Roland, who's been good once again today. The kick forward by brave mark going back there by Fair. Couldn't take it though as the ball goes to ground. Basin in there looking for it, and they get it out once again. Now they've got an opportunity as they put it over the top, but it's a poor hand pass, too much pressure on the receiving player, and a good tackle comes in there from Matthew Nicholson to force the ball up.
Again, poor choice with the handball and putting players under pressure, and they've done that all day, the Basin.
So 27 minutes played in this last quarter, and it's inconclusive again over that far side. Very scrappy towards the end of the game. Now both sides really just probably waiting for the full-time hooter. The result something of a foregone conclusion. Matthew Nicholson's kick is cut out, but it might still work out for the Park Orchard side, and it does. The kick forward, can we get a mark? Yes, we can. And the kick is off target again. Another missed opportunity. Connor Hickey looking for his second, but they've missed some opportunities, Park Orchards, and as Davo said just a few minutes ago, the score could have been a lot greater.
Yeah, and I think they'll be disappointed with that. He took that was a great little kick across the body by Price Inglis.
Yep.
He took the mark. He should have just gone back and kicked the goal.
But Price Inglis, he's got just the knowledge of where the players are around him.
Yeah, he's a very, very talented young man.